Hello, hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I would like to share with you one of my favorite color combination as of late. So what I have here, I'm not even going to show you the end product at the moment, but let me share this with you. This is Crumb Cake as the base, and this is Pool Party. So I have a piece of Pool Party here that is, let me see, I did not write these down. This is a Crumb Cake piece, it's just a piece of cardstock cut in half. This is Pool Party, and this Pool Party is from the pack of paper that's called Celebrate Everything. It is a host-only pack of paper. It is in the mini catalog, and it is retiring soon. As a host with a $150 or more order, you can do it by yourself or with a group of people. Then you get host rewards, and this pack of paper is one of the host rewards. So it's in a pack of paper called Celebrate Everything. And this piece here is 4 1/4 by, I want to say it's 3. I don't know if I have a ruler nearby here. Hang on one second. Let me try and give you guys exact measurements to help you out. It's 4 1/4 by 3. Okay. So this piece here, 4 1/4 by 3. Pool Party. This is what's on the other side. There's like fireworks on the other side. That one. And then I'm going to use this piece here. And this is Pool Party also. And this is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, so those are the pieces of paper that I need. This one here is a die that I cut out. This is a great one. I haven't used it much, but I pulled it out and I was kind of wondering why. This one is called All That Dies, and it is in the annual catalog, the large catalog. It's with a bundle, but you can purchase it by itself. So if you need help finding that, let me know. Or you can just go to stampinontherock.com, and in the search bar, you can type in All That Dies. But look at all these little shapes that are here that you could use for labels. So that's just a fun one. There's banners on here. And that's where this die came from. So I already cut that out with the cut and emboss machine. And that's what I'm going to be using for the front of my card. Okay. So let me go ahead with this. And I'm going to just fold this in half. Give me a second here. All right, it's been a dreary, rainy day in my area. I don't know where you are, if it's the same. So let's just fold it in half. Let's put some adhesive on the back of this. A lot going on today. Helped out with my son in doing school lunch duty. Have you ever done lunch duty in your child's school? That's interesting. It went well. It was a good time. It was fun. But yeah, it's just an interesting job to do. So let's go ahead and put that on here. And I'm lining it up right along the edge. I always line up from the left, wherever the fold is first, because then if there's any excess that's hanging over, start with on the left side first where the edge is, because that way if there's any excess, it's easy to go on this side and trim it off. It's a little trickier and a little harder to trim off on the fold side. So attach first wherever your fold is. Okay, so this is what we have as of now. This piece here, you can do one of two things. You can just lay this down flat. I want to give it a little bit of texture. So I'm just going to take this piece here. I know this is scaring some of you. I know I've had people in class like, oh, you're crumbling your paper, but I am. I'm just crumbling it. If you want, you can mist it a little bit with some water, and that makes it a little easier to crumble. I'm just crumbling it. If that panics you, first I would suggest just try it and do it anyway. And if you really don't, then just leave it flat. But I'm going to crumble it, and then I'm going to open it back up and lay it flat. And you can see on there, you get little texture lines. So just an extra way to add texture to your card. I think my glue here is coming to the end. But I can get a little bit out of there. I will use every last bit I can get out of something. Look at that. I can still get glue out of there. Okay, so I'm going to take that and put that right in the center here. And the nice thing about the liquid glue is you can kind of move it around a little bit until it dries. So I'm going to press that down. So it's still coming out pretty flat, but you have a texture to it because of doing the crumbling. You see that on there? Okay, so fancy, no tool needed, simple stamping, just crumble and then lay flat and you get texture. Another thing, I'm not going to do that right now, but if you wanted to, if you want to give it just a little bit more definition, you can take a blending brush with a little bit of ink on it and just gently brush it, and it will come out darker where the creases are where you folded. So give that a try too if you'd like. All right, so this one here, on here, I'm going to use this stamp set in the moment, and I'm using the one that says, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And I'm going to stamp tone on tone. It's the same color, so this crumb cake. If you would rather not do that, you could always do a little bit darker color. If you want to use like early espresso, you can stamp on here. But I'm just going to do crumb cake right on crumb cake cardstock. Okay. Let's close that up. Okay, so that's crumb cake ink on crumb cake cardstock. All right. I'm going to put a little ribbon behind it, and this ribbon is the natural ribbon. This is in the mini catalog and will be retiring soon. It's white. It's like a cream color. I'm going to cut off a little piece here. I just want it a little bit longer than my tag. So let's just cut it right here. I could just leave it white, but I don't want it to be white. I want it to be Pool Party. So I'm going to grab a Pool Party Stampin' Blends. This is the dark Pool Party blend. And I'm using the brush end, and I'm just going to start coloring this. Okay, and because it's not water-based, it will stay on there. And I'm going to tell you something I did today, where some of our crafting products can really come in handy. I have my favorite pair of just everyday casual boots. Brown boots that I love. They are in great shapes, but there's great shape, but the tips of them have gotten a little like nicked and peeled a little bit. And I just really like these boots. I wear them all the time, and they're just, so let me tell you, I don't know if I can pull this up in here or not. Oh, let me see. I don't know if you're going to see this right here. This is my shoe right there. This peel part, it peeled right there. I took a brown Stampin' Blend and just dotted it and filled that in. You can't tell anymore. Da-da-da! I know, I need a new pair of boots, but in a pinch, it works. So Stampin' Blends add a little help to your shoes. So anyway, how was that? Threw in a little extra for you. You don't have to pay for that. All right, now I'm going to take this here. So I already colored it with the Pool Party. I'm going to pull off just a little bit of ends so it has a frayed end to it. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull in some scissors and snip and kind of just play around with it a little bit. Okay, you might have just play around, cut some of the thread until you have something that you like that just has a frayed edge like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Just going to pull a little bit. Okay, you can grab one string. If you can get a hold of one string, you can just kind of pull. Okay, so it's like this. I think that's about the length I want it. Actually, it might be a little bit longer than what I want. So let me cut this down altogether, because I think it's actually a little bit longer than I want. So cut that off here. And let's try this again. We'll pull a little bit more. Okay. Okay. We'll brush that off on here. All right. So I'm going to take this. I could use the liquid glue if I wanted to also. I usually just have those two types of glue sitting here on my table. I'm going to press this down. Dimensionals, you know I love them. My table is a little bit of a mess at the moment because I'm working on multiple class prep at a time, but I think I have some dimensionals here. All right. These are little mini ones. Normally I would probably just use the larger one, like the regular size for this, but the mini ones were right here. So let's pull off this backing. And I'm going to put this right down there. And there's today's card. Okay, so I hope the couple things I did here with the pulling off of the thread, the crumbling of the paper, crumb cake, ink on crumb cake cardstock, it was a tip for you. And just remember, the stamp set came from, or the stamp that I used came from the set In the Moment. And the dies that I used were called, or are called, All That Dies, and has great labels on there. So, have any questions? Leave a comment below. Shoot me a message. You can send me a message at stampingontherock.com. Check out the sales that are going on right now, too. There is retiring list, things from the mini catalog. The clearance rack still has some items in there. So take a look at that. If you like what you saw in this video and you think somebody might benefit, hit that share button down below. Thanks so much, guys. Talk with you later. Bye-bye.